Yeah.
Hello. Shall I go first, or I don't mind? My name's Emma Dyer. I'm from the Comms and Communities team, and I'm a development officer.
Hi, my name's Eleanor, and I'm a climate and environment project officer. Thank you, Chair, and good afternoon all. So recommendations for funding for the 2022-23 Zero Carbon Communities Grant Scheme were given by the lead Cabinet Member for Finance following recommendations by the Grants Advisory Committee on the 29th of July 2022 to the total grant fund available of £120,544. One application from Ickleton Village Hall, falling under the carbon emission reduction category, was not received by the Zero Carbon Communities inbox due to an IT error and was subsequently brought to officers' attention by the group. This report would like to provide assurance that an additional procedure has now been put in place to ensure that this error is not repeated in further rounds of the grant scheme. The application is for the installation of 18 solar PV roof panels and a battery system to be placed on the roof of the Village Hall, building on their previous work to increase the energy efficiency of the building. The funding requested from the additional application is £8,000, and a more detailed summary of the additional application can be found in Appendix C. The application was assessed and scored independently by the same three officers who scored the other projects within this category. Assessments were made within the same scoring processes using the weightings and methodology shown in tables 3 and 4, Appendix B, and ranked in relation to the other funded projects. This project fell well within the funded projects, as shown in table 1 of Appendix A, where it's highlighted in yellow. and members are asked to consider the grant application detailed in Table 1 in Appendix A and Appendix C and make a recommendation to the lead Cabinet Member for Finance. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very satisfied that the officers have made a full investigation and that it won't happen again. So, but on this particular application, I also think it's a strong application, and I'm happy to approve it.
Thank you, Chair. So this month we've had 3 applications totalling £4,850. The first of which is Abington History Group, AHG. This was formed in 2000 and exists to research the history of the villages of Great and Little Abington and to share findings with those who are interested in the information that they provide. Information is shared through events, open days and presentations, as well as through publications. Past publications include Great and Little Abington 1900 to 1930, Time of Change, which was awarded the 2018 Local Book Award by the Cambridgeshire Association for Local History. So the committee consists of 7 people and each pay an annual subscription fee of £1. And over the past 20 years, the group have collected and created many documents, papers, maps and images. And this material has been stored in a room at one of the founding members' houses. However, due to this member's age and health, a new accessible and secure location was needed. And this has been found in a porter cabin on one of the Abington farms. So the group would like to improve the visibility of the archive for future research and so that it can be shared with the local community. This includes indexing the material and providing a digital library of over 4,000 images linked to descriptions. So some of the archived material is currently stored in baskets, cardboard boxes, files and loose piles. So to complete the move to the porter cabin, the group require funding for racking, shelving, secure plastic boxes and the scanning of the larger documents and maps. Total project costs are estimated to be £850, all of which is being requested through the community chest. And you can see that we have sort of shelving kits, connector sets, plastic storage boxes. Some of them are waterproof boxes as well. These boxes, the plastic boxes, are made from an eco-friendly company called Really Useful Boxes. This is polypropylene, the most commonly used recyclable plastic, and it can be recycled in council recycling bins. The members of the group will assemble, install and move the archive material, and both Little and Great Abington Parish Councils have agreed a donation of £100 towards the project. Both Councillor John Batchelor and Henry Batchelor are in support. So I'd welcome your comments, please. I don't know the answers to either of those questions, I'm afraid, so I would have to go back and find out. I'm assuming because it's a porter cabin, and if it wasn't available, if for any reason the farm couldn't continue to have the porter cabin, I'm sure it'd be quite easy to relocate it somewhere in the future. But certainly I can find that information out for you, actually, who owns it. I'm assuming that maybe it's been donated, or somebody from the group has managed to obtain it, but I can definitely find that out for you. Right. They're going to digitalise. Yeah, they're going to digitalise it all, so that it's available, and they will be doing further publications and further events. So that will be, I think, once it's digitalised, I think a lot of it, will be accessible for future generations. That's absolutely fine. But yes, yep. Yeah, that's what. Yes, that's correct. Yeah. I think it was 4,000 documents. I think it was something like 4,000 documents. So it will be probably take a little bit of time, but that's the intention. Okay. So project number 2 is the Cambridgeshire Search and Rescue CAMSAR. So they were formed in 2006, and they are the Lowland Rescue Unit for Cambridgeshire. They belong to the UK Search and Rescue Operators Group, the body that governs all search and rescue operations. There are 36 operational and 18 non-operational members, each of which are volunteers who pay an annual amount of £20. So around 50 incidents, unfortunately, are responded to across the county each year. And this group, they're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're called upon by the police in the search for high-risk, vulnerable missing people, such as children or elderly people suffering from dementia. So basically those people who are unable or unwilling to provide their location. So volunteers are trained in disciplines such as navigation, first aid, radio communications and search techniques. Many have undergone additional specialist training in fields of water-based searches, flooding rescues, plus the ability to use dogs and drones. And there's also a programme in place to provide education to the local community. During COVID, the COVID pandemic, CAMSAR were heavily involved in the delivery of food and personal protective equipment to the vulnerable and shielding members of the public. And that was all part of the Cambridge and Peterborough Local Resilience Forum. They've also assisted with the recent car park marshalling for the mass vaccination programme and flood evacuations. So the team are now in need of replacement and new specialist water rescue equipment. especially as the team has increased in size and Cambridgeshire consists of vast rural expanses of waterways, some of which are increasingly prone to flooding. Unfortunately, fatalities of young people falling into water whilst intoxicated have also increased. Total project costs are around 24,700. Some items have already been purchased and £2,000 is requested from the community chest to go towards the £2,450 needed for an onboard petrol motor for their rigid inflatable boat. An electric motor was considered, but discussions with their supplier revealed that the current electric ranges would not be sufficient and they would struggle against a heavy flow and tide. Their income is based entirely upon grants, fundraising and individual donations. They don't get central government funding, and they've already applied for funding to various parish councils within Cambridgeshire. And have recently received £1,800 from 7 of our parishes, which are detailed in the reports. So they're requesting £2,000. I'll welcome your opinions, please. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. I'm not entirely sure, but maybe it's a different type of underwater search pot. I'm not entirely sure. I can by all means find out that what how the £50 differs and what what difference there is in the poles. I'm assuming there's different lengths and various different options, but yeah, I could definitely find out. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. I do know that yeah, of course. So the 7 of our parish councils that supported, I've extracted that from an Excel sheet that they had with lots of other parish councils from the whole of the county, and there was lots of funding that they had got from other district councils as well. So sorry, parish councils. I'm not sure. I wouldn't be able to comment on the district councils, it's like Huntingdon District, but I'm not sure. But I know that the other parish councils have supported this financially. So yes. I think because we have a lot of waterways as well, I think obviously, I don't know the exact numbers of the 50 incidents, what applies to South Cambs, but certainly I'm sure, that would include a few, obviously. Mm. Yep. I could suggest to them that they need to, or find out exactly what's in place at the moment and if it needs some improvements or sort of additional security measures putting in place.
Yeah, I thought that myself, and then I looked at the criteria, and it certainly meets the criteria. Our criteria doesn't say that for these county or indeed regional or even national organisations, they should demonstrate that they a direct link with the district. I think this is something where it's you're being prepared for something that might happen. So even if we didn't have an incident in the district, I think it's right that we should ensure that we are prepared for such an incident. So I'm happy to go along with this application. As I say, it meets the criteria, and I think it's in our gift to help organisations that could help our residents in an emergency in the future, even if they haven't needed that help yet.
Thank you. Okay, so oh, yes, of course. So page 34, we have Hope Against Poverty Community Interest Company. This was formed in November 2020. It has over 200 members and provides support to those in poverty and to help people improve their lifestyles and well-being. Activities include regular drop-in sessions to provide one-to-one support to men suffering from abuse, volunteering and work placement opportunities, skill development opportunities for the unemployed, welfare projects such as free food and essential items for those in need. So a pilot community food project has been running in partnership with Camborne Town Council and South Cambridgeshire District Council, for which £2,000 was provided in January 2022. This is for anyone facing hardship across the district and provides free emergency and affordable food and other essentials to improve their life standards. This takes place at the Hub in Camborne twice a week. I think it might be 3 times a week actually, and supports 60 to 80 families a week. Delivery is also provided for those who can't access the Hub. Advertising is through community groups and posters in various locations in the district. So what they plan to do is provide free Christmas hampers this year for residents in South Cambridgeshire who are struggling to afford to celebrate Christmas with their families. Nominations will come via communities or through self-requests from those families who think they are eligible. Last year, 36 Christmas hampers were packed and delivered in South Cambridgeshire, and the total project costs for the 50 hampers that they are wanting as part of this project are £2,750, and £2,000 is being requested from the community chest. So the parcels are £50 each, and delivery and packaging costs are £250. So depending on demand, the shortfall will be covered from existing funds. And a few, just a mention of green options. Unwanted toys in good condition are also being collected for the families with children, and reused cardboard boxes will be used for hampers. Since this paper was published, we have full support from all 3 Camborne district councillors. So that's £2,000 that's been requested. Thank you. I'm not sure what method they use for that, but I'm assuming that there is some kind of form that they would have to fill out, which perhaps says, do you qualify for these benefits? Maybe that would probably be the sort of first thing I would think of if I was to do this sort of project. Again, I can find out exactly, how they qualify. I'm sure they have their systems in place to do this. I don't know what your thoughts are on that. That's, I believe so. I believe so. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's correct. It's throughout the district. Yeah, it's not just Camborne, it's throughout the whole district. It is the whole district, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, actually, Judith read my mind. That was what I was going to suggest, that we postpone this to the next meeting. Given it is for Christmas, there is time for us to consider the response.